Yo, Eagles Nation, stand up.
Boom, let's watch the videotape. Boom, let's watch the videotape.
Yo, how'd Barkley put it? Looking like another grease pole night in Philly.
Facts.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome.
Man, look, how nice it was to see our guy again this weekend. What a guy. Coach Sirianni, 3 days.
Rock, paper, scissors. Let's see how competitive you are.
Hey, that's when it started last year. This time last year, exactly. Draft weekend is in the books, kid. It's episode 94 of the Grease Pole Podcast. We are on the gram at Grease Pole Podcast. That's where you can get at us. We're also on TikTok at Grease Pole Podcast as well. There is one single TikTok up there. More to come eventually in the future, maybe. Possibly. Stay tuned. Follow if you feel so inclined. Our guy looked good over the weekend.
Yeah?
Not really a surprise, right?
Oh, always.
Always dapper. I was
Yeah.
bummed that he was not in his wedding attire.
Oh,
No tank. He was business cash because he had to talk to kids and go, "Hey, we're happy to have you as an Eagle now." So he had to do that. That was his weekend. Yeah, mixed bag for draft weekend, man, for the Birds. That probably won't come as a surprise.
well, you were already kind of iffy going in.
I'm like, dude, you look forward to something every year, and it's like your favorite thing every year, and then it starts off probably not the way you wanted. Definitely not the way you wanted. And it's funny because I remember sitting here a couple weeks ago and being like, worst case scenario is trading up, giving up assets, and then also coupled with that, please do not draft Jordan Davis, defensive tackle out of Georgia. Please don't take a dude that high that you cannot play all three downs on defense. Please don't. Best case scenario, Kyle Hamilton falls to you. They both happened. They both fucking happened, dude.
Huh.
Kyle Hamilton was so Howie Roseman, because he can't help himself, sitting at 15, traded up to 13 ahead of Baltimore. Your boy's side team. And I'm like, okay, he leapfrogged Baltimore for a reason. Kyle Hamilton's here. Maybe the top 5 player in the draft that fell out of the top 10. Maybe Howie's doing the smart thing, possibly. But then I realized Jordan Davis is such an Eagles pick and such a Howie Roseman pick that I immediately panicked and went, oh shit. We're going to take the SUV here with the 13th pick. But maybe, just maybe Howie will do the smart thing for once. Maybe. And we're sitting there watching. And with the 13th pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select, dramatic pause, my heart sinks, Jordan Davis, defensive tackle out of Georgia, and I just went, fuck. And they have at the bottom of the screen, like, the draft clock, teams on the clock, whatever. You've got this many minutes and seconds to get your pick in. And when the team that's on the clock turns their pick in, it says pick is in. It took not long at all after we picked for Baltimore to turn their pick in. You would take a wild guess who they took next.
Your guy.
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton. You want to know why? Because the Ravens are fucking smart.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking smart. Eric DaCosta has a functioning brain. Howie Roseman does not. And it was just immediately like, this is like, I don't give a shit the type of career that Jordan Davis has. I'm sure he's going to be a very good player. He tested very well at the combine, this, that, and the I get it, man. But there's a positional value to, like, we took Fletcher Cox, we traded up for him in 2012, and it's worked out great. But You still have him for one more year. You drafted Milton Williams in the 3rd round last year. Is that really the biggest need? Our safeties are Anthony Harris, Marcus Epps, and another dude I can't think of. A top 5 player in the draft falls to us, and let's take the big guy. And nothing against Jordan Davis. Seems like a great kid, a great dude, was a hell of a player at Georgia. I get it, but the value there in a Kyle Hamilton falling to you and you just going, nah, we're good. And I'm all about building in the trenches, dude. That's where you win and lose. That's what we won and lost the Super Bowl in the trenches. But man, you can't apply that logic to everything, man. To me, it doesn't matter to me. Jordan Davis can go on to have a fucking Hall of Fame career. I don't know that he will. Who knows? But passing on Kyle Hamilton was so fucking egregious to me, man. I was just like, I don't care. For the rest of the draft, I don't care. And we ended up trading our 2nd first-round pick to the Titans for A.J. Brown, who is a stud receiver.
Oh.
That I was all for. I was like, fuck yeah.
Well,
I was geeked.
That was a need.
100%. And none of these receivers are proven, even though they're, it's another year where fucking receivers are getting picked, 5, 6 of them in the 1st round. But colleges are cranking them out. This is the way it's going to be every year going forward. Every receiver class is going to be gross. It's been that way for the last 3-4 years. This is what it is now. If you can get a dude that's already proven, fuck it, do it. And A.J. Brown we traded for him and we extended him immediately. So I was like, okay, this is awesome. But I couldn't enjoy it the way I wanted to because I was still pissed about the Jordan Davis, Kyle Hamilton shit. I was like, I cannot fucking believe this. And just watching Eagles fans love this pickup. And again, I'm sure he's going to be a very good player, but I don't know, man. You don't give up assets and move up for a niche dude. The guy's huge, man. He looks like a Chevy Suburban. You can notice this motherfucker out there.
Fridge all over again.
Oh, dude, yeah, but he can move. He worked out. He's agile for a big motherfucker. But I don't know, man. Kyle Hamilton's a dude that was a top 3 pick, and he fucking falls in your lap because nothing but edge rushers, and we go, nah, we'll take the first D tackle off the board and we'll move up to get him. Let's leapfrog Baltimore because they might take him. And Baltimore's just like, nah, we're good. We'll stay here. We'll keep our picks, and we'll take the guy that you were too fucking stupid to take. And then Baltimore.
The smarter birds.
Yes, and then they trade back later on in the draft, back in the 1st round. They move back, and they take Tyler Linderbaum, center out of Iowa, my favorite player in the fucking draft. Also a need for them. And they acquire assets in the fucking... In the process, they got essentially 4 first-rounders in this draft. Baltimore did. Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum, David Ojabo in the 2nd round out of Michigan, and Travis Jones, defensive tackle out of UConn in the 3rd round.
Wow,
who was a projected fringe for it's just a gross. And and V was telling me all weekend. She was like, you sure you don't want to fully convert? Look at your 2nd team out here killing it. And I'm like, it's fucking tempting.
Yeah.
It's fucking tempting, dude. I'm like, you know what, Howie? You dick. Why didn't you just sign Deshaun Watson? Because that was an episode we never did because it never happened. But I think we talked about it. If we signed Deshaun Watson, I was gone. Yeah. I was gone, dude. Just I don't play. There's I think there's some exceptions you can make for just about everything in life. I don't find rape to be one of them.
No.
And I think that's pretty.
You're a Steelers fan, apparently.
Right. Then it's okay.
Cool.
Or a Browns fan now because you trade for, the guy with 22 civil cases, allegedly. I don't know how it gets that high, allegedly. But anyway, be that as it may, you have to say it. That many civil cases and this is just this is happenstance. Yeah. Had we brought him in and traded for him, it was okay, I either go with the team that's closer to here that I kind of grew up rooting for most of my life anyway because I have family in Baltimore, plus V, her brother and shit too. Or my other option I thought of was the Jets because I'm it's close to where I'm from, same color scheme. They fucking suck.
I was gonna say.
So I'm getting in on the ground level. They do a lot of business together, the Birds and the Jets. So that was my two. I was like, it's either going to be one of them.
Yeah.
But here I am still suffering with Jordan Davis because we didn't sign Deshaun Watson. But thankfully, rapists should typically not be free walking around, let alone getting paid millions of dollars. But here we are, nonetheless. Yeah, dude, it was just like such a bipolar experience because, the Jordan Davis trades happens and you're like, fucking Christ, man. Like I'm to the point where I'm like, all right, good thing I got rid of all the Jameson and just gave it away to shout out to Kenny, V's brother, also a Ravens fan. Like, hey, take all my booze. Because if it was nearby, might have been tempting, dude. And AJ Brown happens and I'm geeked. And it's like, okay, you sleep on it Thursday night. Friday night happens, second round pick, Cam Jurgens, center out of Nebraska with the 51st pick. I was geeked. How long have I been saying we need a fucking center?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, like not the sexiest pick. It's not Linderbaum, but we got a center to replace Kelsey eventually. It's a dude that Kelsey endorsed. He can fucking work with him, whatever. This is awesome. Third round, 83rd pick overall, Nakobe Dean, who I had at 5 when we did the big board episode. Like, this dude was the reigning Bednarik Trophy winner, best linebacker in college football. Motherfucker fell all the way to the 3rd round.
Wow.
Because he had some medical stuff. And it was like even still, I was like, if I wanted us to take him in the 2nd, and he kept falling down the board. And like, after we took Cam Jurgens at 51, I was like, I told V, I'm like, there's no way he makes it to us at 83. There's just no way. He's fallen too far then. 83rd pick comes around. He's still sitting there. And I'm like, too good to be true. We passed on Kyle Hamilton. So why would we do anything that's smart here? And goddamn, lo and behold, John Dorenbos, the former long snapper and the magician, comes out and announces Nakobe Dean, linebacker out of Georgia. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I popped, dude. And I'm like, okay. Like, it's just such a bipolar experience being an Eagles fan, dude. It's like being in an abusive relationship. Like, there's like these, like, just the love bombing of like, we start things like shit with Jordan Davis and you get pissed off. And then like, here's AJ Brown. And here's a center, and here's Nakobe Dean. You know, it's like, hey, I do care. And then,
only sort of.
Yeah, when the season rolls around, you know what? More of the same. Do they ever change? Do abuses ever change? No, they do not. And neither do the Birds. Neither does Howie Roseman. And it's the same. And I credit him for his like, we build in the trenches. I get that, but man,
there's also other needs. You have a young quarterback who's scared for his life.
Like, dude, and like, yeah, like, okay, we got your receiver, we got a tight end, and Grant Calcaterra, 6th round, 198th pick overall, I believe. One of the big things I wanted was a second tight end. That was a huge need in this draft, and we got one. So, all in all, it wasn't a terrible draft, I guess. I just can't. First of all, we came in with 10 picks, we left with 5.
That's gross. That's terrible. How do you do that? Like, I think we talked about this last week where it's like, if you're one piece away, 5 picks is all right. But you had 10, you gave half of them away?
Dude,
Yikes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Baltimore had fucking 6 in the 4th round alone. And like, I was watching, over the weekend, we were at V's mom's house. And like, every time the Ravens picked, like, Kenny was like, hey, Cory, did you see who we picked? I'm like, yeah, no, I know. I know, man.
Sorry to interrupt.
The
champ is here, baby!
All right, I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later.
Cory. Listen, man, I'm not gonna dog you, man. I'm not gonna talk.
No,
shit.
please do. I love you, man. Cut a promo on me.
Listen, I talked shit all year. I don't need to talk shit. Like, listen, I don't. Winners and champions don't need to talk shit because we just show up and do what we do. Listen, I came on this podcast at the beginning, well, in the preseason, if you will, and I said exactly what I was going to do. I said that I was ranked number 10 in the league after being in the championship last year, and I said it was blasphemy that I was ranked last. But what did I say? I said, but that's
I can't remember.
'cause you know what? I'm going to go from last to first. And what I said was, I'm going to meet Mike again in the championship, and I'm going to whoop his ass. So I didn't get to whoop Mike's ass, but I did whoop your ass, Cory. And
You did.
I tell you what.
You did.
2 weeks be damned, because that first week, I blew you away. That second week, you were about to come back. And I was going to be real pissed. I lost it in a bullshit shit second week in a goddamn championship. But the boys came through for me, even though about 7 of them were out for that fucking week because rest. But
Yes.
hey, we pulled it up. The Goons pulled it out, baby.
The Goons did. The Goons bested the Zamboners in what amounted to a best of 7 series, even though it never should have been, because you had the Goons had the Zamboners dead to rights very early on.
You had no moves left this week.
None, dude, because I didn't know the championship was going to be 2 goddamn weeks, and that's what I'm saying.
Which is funny being
Jesus.
the commissioner of the league. But
yeah, I should have probably
it's
been better.
It's fine. Listen, it's okay. Actually, honestly, I didn't even play any of my goalies for about 6 days because I already had 5 wins and a shutout.
Yeah, no, you didn't have to.
I was like, this guy can't catch me.
Nope. I did get that shutout back though.
You did, and you got that point. That's what I'm saying. It ended
Yeah.
up being 5-4, and I was shitting myself a little bit. I was like, I almost used my last play to have another goalie, but it was a toss up. I was like, maybe I should get another goalie just in case to possibly get that GAA up a little bit because you were close on that too.
Yeah.
You did come back though, man. You were close. It was 5-4.
It was, man. So
and you're only like 0.3 of a like 4 more saves, and you would have had better save percentage than I did probably. You know?
Yeah. And what sucks is because I did not know that it was 2 weeks because I much like real life, I'm a shitty commissioner like Gary Bettman. So I had no fucking idea. I would have pocketed some waiver transactions because I was like, I would suck a dick for a goalie right now just to have like just a shot, dude.
That escalated quickly.
It did. I'm not even talking like a clean one, dude.
I tell you what, I almost on Sunday, I almost added a fucking Winnipeg Jet just to fuck with you. I almost did, but I didn't.
I had Kyle Connor, but he wasn't enough to. He wasn't going to put me over the top. I kept holding off hope that like I don't know Joe Pavelski or somebody would like go ape shit and score like 8 goals, but that just didn't happen.
Well, yeah, it could definitely happen. It could definitely happen for sure. The biggest takeaway is that I'm glad. Well, actually, I did get rid of him at one point, but I brought him back. Old Flower was really terrible for me in the beginning of the year, and so was Grubauer. I finally got rid of Grubauer. But other than that, I brought Flower back. I messed with Mirzalikas a few times, but other than that, I pretty much had the same goalies all year for the most part. So I stuck it out with them. Somebody got rid of Cam Talbot at some point when he got injured, and then I saw him on the waiver wire. I was like, got him.
Yeah.
He was clutch for me. And then I told you what, I think I said at the beginning of the season too, that Johnny Hockey was going to have a good season. Glad I picked him up. So, it was a good year though. I fully enjoyed going from last to first and then hanging out in second and then taking the championship.
My entire goalie situation, the only goalie that I had remaining that I drafted was Thatcher Demko of Vancouver. Other than that, they were all new dudes. But it was fun, man. And next year,
Demko was solid.
Demko was solid, yeah. But it I got to a point where I was rolling this shitty committee of Carter Hart, Katahat, Demko, and Ville Husso for St. Louis, who was surprisingly damn good because I drafted Binnington and then he shit his shorts, and Pavel Francouz for Colorado. So at any night I had dudes I could roll out for the most part, and then I ended up with like Spencer Knight from Florida when Bobrovsky shit himself. So
thanks.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bob.
Well, I will say that I do wish that I could have kicked Mike's ass in the championship to have some redemption of last year. But at the same time, I don't know if Mike has got like an inside scoop in the NHL or something, but he always seems to know the right guy to pick up on the fucking waiver wire every single goddamn week.
Yeah.
No, I know, dude. I know. I got him out of the way
Every
only so
single
I
week.
could shit myself against you this week. They're the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, well.
But
Well, I mean, look at it this way. In a way, you won because it was like much like last year when I beat Gritty finally. Like that was a win to me.
Yeah.
It was.
Mike was Gritty.
It was.
He was this season for some reason.
Yeah, and now you're my Mike, motherfucker. I love you, but
hey, don't put that on me. Don't you put that on me.
I love you dearly, but you are such a matchup problem for me that it mind fucks me anytime I see the Goons are on the schedule. I'm like, fuck.
Well, Justin got a couple of W's on me this year.
Yeah, I think the last 2 times we played.
The three of us have this weird NFC East thing going on where you beat Joe,
I
beat you, Joe beats me.
Yeah. Yes,
like
that is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what happened. Yeah, for sure. Well, and it really didn't matter because at that point I had so many points. I was going to lock up second anyway, so like whatever. But
yeah, humble brag. Humble brag.
I'm just fucking with
you. The best part is though, now we get to pick right behind each other, consecutively in the draft this year.
Ooh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
sure.
dude, I picked before you. I picked before you, and then
okay.
it snakes you back to back, and yeah.
Ooh, so I get back to backs. Okay.
You do.
Okay.
So
what did we decide on what our keepers are? How many do we get to keep?
So I think the best way to do this, and I'll probably throw it out to everybody, I think the best way to do this and keep the draft not cheeks is to do 1 forward, 1 defenseman, 1 goalie. Because if you start getting to be like, let's do 6
multiple
keepers, nobody wants.
There's nobody to draft.
Yeah, nobody wants Josh Norris going in the first round.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
that makes sense. I think that's good. I think that's good.
I think that's the best way to do it. So I'll put it out to everybody. Some new blood probably coming to the league next year too. Yeah, because Justin and I have complained quite a bit about some of the dead weight the rest of us are pulling around.
Let's be real. There was only 4 teams playing.
For real playing, yeah. It was the 3 of us and Mike and Taylor. Yeah, so 5.
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Yep. Well, V will be locked in next year. V had some wonky technology shit going on. That kind of
we had an iPhone problem.
Yes, exactly. So it'll but I mean, Christ, before we know it, we're in May. The draft's only like 4 or 5 months away.
No. Right around the corner.
Draft party. We should do live YouTube draft party.
Oh, for sure.
I'd be down for that.
However many people are here locally.
Yeah, dude.
I'd like to get in on it.
Yeah, and the rest of them can just Skype in or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody's basically local. Taylor's in Canada,
so she would have to Discord.
Legit in Canada.
We'd have to get her on.
Our friend to the north
or something.
Yes,
sure.
Yes.
But
we can get her on TSN or something. Or Sportsnet.
She can ship us some Tim Hortons.
Yeah, there you go. Give me hose.
I'm glad you brought up, Mike having I don't know what it was. I beat him the first time badly, and then I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then every single time afterwards, he whooped me, and it's I don't know what's happening here, but he's making these moves that make him look brilliant, and I don't know if he's just that deep into hockey, he just knows what's up, or what.
He's a diehard.
He's got the inside scoop.
He's a diehard. I'll give him that. But he's a Red Wings fan now.
I bet he looks at trends and stuff, and that's how he's gotten to it. Just looks at who's trending and their history, all that shit.
Hey, Caps Wild in the Cup, huh?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, buddy, I love the Caps forever, but they're not going to get past Florida. Let's be real.
Hey,
let's be real.
The Ice Cats do have a tendency to shit themselves in the playoffs, though.
That's true, but you know what? Florida's going to score 6 to 9 goals per game. Washington is not known to score that many goals a game.
No, they're not. I'm looking at the bracket now. Does anybody care to throw out cup predicts? Give me Calgary, and I'm actually going to go Florida because I think I'm going to go. I want Giroux to get one, so I'm going Flames, Panthers, Flames in. We'll go 7 because what the hell?
That's hard to go against. My gut instinct says Avs Panthers, just because they've been the top 2 teams
all year. Yeah.
But hockey playoffs, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Well, the Avs have choked the last couple of years also.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, man. Like that's hard to go against.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The Flames in Florida also, and I'm gonna actually say that Flames are gonna take it in 5.
Ooh, wow.
I think they have the easier outs than what Florida's gonna have.
Who comes out of the West?
Calgary, I said.
Oh, did you? Okay, I was typing. My sausage is working. My bad.
Calgary and Calgary in 5.
I am sick of Tampa.
Yeah, same.
Also, John Cooper's a dick.
So I've heard.
Yeah, no, he was too busy texting to sign autographs when they did the Calder Cup thing a couple years ago. In Norfolk at Waterside, like, hey, let's sign autographs for people. And John Cooper was too busy. I don't know if he was arranging a transaction for later on that night or what, but
well, he was probably figuring out the LRI. Fuck.
that thing.
Yeah, that thing. You know what I mean? Like, he's just trying to figure that out, trying to get his guys ready to play. You know.
Sorry, I gotta look at the bracket before I can give. It's hard to bet. It's hard to bet against Calgary. Period. Just because they've played well all year.
Yes,
they've got the guys.
Markstrom's been fired too, and that's the thing in the playoffs. Yeah. If you can ride a hot goalie, yeah.
Yeah, he's so hot right now.
That Markstrom is so hot right now.
Who's hotter, Markstrom or you?
Oh, I mean, well, if we're talking about on the ice, it's Markstrom. If we're talking about in general, it's me, obviously.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, I haven't laced up the skates in about 18 years, so you know, he's a little bit hotter on the ice than I am. Plus, he plays for the Flames, so it's only fitting.
He does. He's literally hot.
He's literally hot. Like, he's literally on fire on the ice.
Yeah,
you know?
flaming C on the chest.
Flaming C, just a flaming. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to.
Who's got him?
I think Gritty does.
I'm going to pull the league up right now. Whoever it is, I'm sure they're keeping him. Okay, there. Yeah. Look, I'm going to show this for the camera.
Gritty.
This is not. It says congratulations on your second place finish, the Zamboners.
Hey.
So yeah, and there it is. Yes.
Hey, thanks.
Better luck next time, Cory. The score is now on YouTube. There you go, man. Who the fuck has Markstrom while we're down here?
Taylor, I think.
Let me look. Markstrom.
I think it's Taylor. Because I think that's why I couldn't beat her.
No, it's Nathan Storm Surge.
Oh, that's right.
Well, somebody had like 9 wins this last week. I think that was Taylor. Because she got third, didn't she?
I'm looking right. Yes, she did. Yep. So Mike went from the 1 seed to finishing 4th.
You fucker.
It sucks for all of us because he'll get a higher draft pick than the rest of us. So.
That's bullshit. Well.
Yeah. Draft order next year is okay. So yeah, Joe's gonna pick. Hot Joe picks 10th. I go 9th. Taylor is 8th. Mike 7, and Justin, you're 6, I believe. Yeah. Yep. So that'll be a fun stretch in the back of the first round, eh?
Hey.
So
well, I tell you what's fucking bullshit is ESPN Plus isn't showing. Well, they are showing, but I can't watch any of the two hockey games right now.
What the fuck? I just subscribed to ESPN Plus over the weekend for the draft. They better be showing playoff hockey.
I mean, they're showing it, but I'm trying to watch it, and it says unable to play the video.
Oh, fuck you, ESPN.
Man, how do I go against Calgary? I refuse to pick because
you refuse.
I refuse to make a pick because
no, you can't refuse.
I don't know, man. Like, my heart says Colorado, but it's hard to bet against Calgary, and like my
go with what should be Joe's team, the one you're looking at now.
That's what I was going to say. My heart of heart wants the Wild to go.
Yeah, the Bearhead.
Yeah,
the shape with nature in it.
I mean that would be great if the Wild went. Honestly, that'd be fucking tits.
It would be cool as fuck.
That would be top notch, top tier hockey. I mean, it's America's team. Minnesota Wild.
Right?
Right. And I gotta be honest. As scrolling through the East teams, like for some reason the Canes keep jumping out at me. So like, I'll go different.
Go for it.
Speaking of the Canes.
Canes Wild.
That would be...
Could be. I think both the Canes goalies got hurt, though, in the last week.
Oh.
Freddie Anderson and Antti Raanta.
See,
I think.
I stopped paying attention because my team sucks.
I stopped paying attention. God, Riley.
Goddamn, Riley.
No.
Hopefully we're still on the air.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still on, so I don't know.
Well, you're always on, friend. See what I did there?
Goddamn right I am. Always.
But
No, I
yeah,
did.
man.
I know it's...
I knew you were gonna. I knew the end result, man. We fought our hardest, the Zamboners did, but
Yeah, you guys did well. It's not your fault that the guys didn't show up when you needed them to.
no. Well, what tortures me is looking at my roster. I don't know who the fuck I'm gonna keep as a forward. Like my defenseman and my goalie are pretty easy because they're default picks. But dude, forward wise, like I got Kachuk, I got Kaprizov, I got Huberdeau. Like,
I mean, Kaprizov, that's who you're keeping.
I don't know, dude. Huberdeau might win the fucking Hart Trophy. Like, how do you throw the Hart Trophy back into the fire?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not
Yeah.
Whoever I throw back in, neither one of them are making it to me at 9. So it's basically, c'est la vie or however that shit goes.
Right.
I'm pretty like.
Yeah, I mean,
my hand is
Obviously-
forced. Like,
Yeah.
there's
obviously,
no
okay.
way I don't. There's no way I don't keep McKinnon.
It's got to be McKinnon, dude. The only reason I'm leaning Kaprizov is he's young as fuck.
Yeah.
The guys that aren't going to be available, obviously, is McDavid, Draisaitl,
Yes.
Matthews, fucking Marner,
Yep.
Vasilevsky, Markstrom. So, like,
Yeah. Well, fuck, I got Kyle Connor too, who scored like 45 goals this year. So I mean,
all right.
there's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a fun draft, dude. It's gonna be a fun draft. It'll be cool to hit the to kind of repopulate the league and still have the faithfuls there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun next year, man.
It'll definitely be nice and interesting to have keepers this year and
Yes.
not have to redo everything again.
Yeah. Well, it's not fair to the rest of us that consistently give a shit. So we'll get other people in there. Yeah. So it'll be fun. I'm just happy to have made it to the second Tugnutt Cup final, albeit in a loss. So that's all right.
I got 2 finals in a row.
You do, man. You're
Yeah.
like the. No, the Packers won both of theirs.
But
So
the
never
Royals
mind.
did it. The Royals lost to the Giants and then beat the Mets.
They did.
2014, 2015.
They did. See, I was thinking I went down the road with the Packers at first because they went to the first 2 Super Bowls,
Oh,
but they won both.
Gotcha.
Our guy, love him, but somebody lost last year.
I did. You know what? You're right. I did lose. I got my ass kicked too.
That's all right. You got it back,
I
friend.
got, well, like I said, next year, mark my words.
Repeat,
I'll be in
huh?
the championship. I'll be in the championship again.
There we
Mark
go.
my word.
There's got to
I-
be somebody else next year.
You heard it here first.
I'm hoping the dumpster fire stops being a dumpster fire eventually.
Maybe you should change the name. I don't know.
we keep landing in the middle of the league. It's like, all right, well, it's not awful. Made the playoffs 2 years in a row, but
Yeah.
I think we skated by in the first round last year and then got dumped out this year. It's like,
Well, but you never know. Your boy, the Zamboners were a 5 seed this year,
yeah.
and that plucky bunch made it all the way. A point away from beating our guy. I knew the moment I saw the amount of goals you had last Tuesday night, though. I was like, I am fucked. I'm fucked.
Yeah, but at the same time, like your assists, you had like 20 more assists than my dudes did,
True.
and your plus minus was about 20 points better.
Ironically.
And your power play points. So like, literally, it was only because my boys, my goalies showed up. Like that was really because I only had hits, shots on goal, and goals.
Yeah.
And then goalie points. You had everything else.
Moral of the story: goalkeepers are important in fantasy pucks.
It's true.
Because
Very much.
Yeah,
it's literally like half the stats, and
you just can't get the sieve.
right, and
can't
that's
have a
the
sieve.
reason. Yeah, that's the reason they go so high. That's why. I think Mike has Vasilevsky. I think shocker. So that'll probably be his keeper.
Likely.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
likely.
yep.
Likely.
Meanwhile, I think my keeper's probably going to be Demko by default. I was going to keep Carter Hart because he's a flyer, but I was like, who's taking him?
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like. What am I going to fight Taylor for him? She can have him. You know.
So I guess before we start wrapping up here, let's talk about. Well, see, your team's still in the playoffs. Me and Cory and I are like,
all the teams
out
represented on this pod are shit.
They are for now.
Yeah, but at least you made it. Like, I've been paying attention
in the second wild card slot.
Yeah, but like, dude, like
you're there, man. You got a seat at the table.
True.
You could be the Flyers, right? Who just shat themselves.
Yeah, not fun, not a good time.
And you could be the Devs in that position of, but they're young.
Yeah, still.
But like, you can't always be that. At some point, you got to advance. You got to show improvement.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
I will say this, and this is like the second week in a row I think I've said this, and you pointed this out last year, Joe, but it's the same fucking thing. Our goalie situation is garbage. Blackwood goes down, and then Bernier goes down, and so it's like goalie by committee all season. And it's like, well, okay, we're out. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, with the Caps, Vanacek and Sammy have both been like a streak of on, and then all of a sudden, like, they're just shit. Like, we can't stop a balloon. So we'll see what happens. I mean, again, we know Florida's a high-scoring team, so it's going to be interesting. Like, hopefully, don't have another first-round exit 3 years in a row.
Oh, is that the draw? You guys got Florida in the first round?
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are about due for Peter Laviolette to run his course too. I love the guy. He took us to the Cup in 2010, but
I mean, he's second year in now, so
Really? I thought he'd been there longer than that. God damn time.
No,
Jesus.
Just a second year.
Fuck, man. We don't know what it's like to have a head coach or a captain.
You should try it sometime.
I know. I'd love to. I don't know what it's like. A corporation owns our team. That's why we have no soul now. Thanks, Comcast.
Thanks.
Yep. Thanks, corporate America. Fuck you. But yeah, Ed Snyder's rolling over in his grave. So that's the way that goes. Welcome to being a Flyers fan. We love you, Joe. We love you, Joe. Thanks for calling in and cutting a promo.
It's my pleasure to come and talk shit. It's what I do best.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, draft show is going to be a thing now every year. We're gonna do a recap of the draft. We might even do the live draft. Who knows, listeners? We'll see if we can corral everybody in the league.
I think it'd be good.
Hell yeah. So
hell yeah.
We love you, Joe. We know you stepped away from dinner, so give the dinner guests, or if you were the dinner guest, give the people whose house you're invading our love. Tell them we love them.
I will do that. Love you guys.
Love you,
all right, brother.
Later.
All right, later.
Hot Joe is very generous with his time.
Yeah.
He man. Dinner, stepped away. Don't keep your guests waiting.
Yes.
They're there enjoying your hotness in person.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving it to us.
I wanted to tell him to turn his cam on so we could get him on stream now that, because I think last time we were audio only.
Yeah, we were. We weren't. Yeah, strictly audio pod back then.
Mm-hmm.
Now we what'll be cool whenever we do the 2 for 20 episode. We got to get with him on a Saturday.
Yeah.
The world gets to see Hot Joe then.
Yes.
So that'll be fun.
Indeed.
That needs to happen.
Yeah.
That needs to happen. More on that in the coming weeks. Yeah, man. So moral of the story, the Birds draft was it was just it ups and downs. It's a mixed bag with Howie always. And I was left sitting there like the same teams everybody and these draft grades, dude, that's why I never do this shit. The draft grades are so fucking stupid because you don't know until 2-3 years out, sometimes even 4 or 5, how these drafts are going to pan out.
Because even if a rook has some stellar season, that could be it.
Yeah, he can always shit himself. You know what I mean? And that a lot of people love our draft. They're like, the Eagles get an A, and I'm like,
it's definitely a wait and see thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
But to me, dude, I've always Baltimore consistently every year has a top 5 draft.
Well, aren't they pretty much always in the playoffs too?
Yeah, they missed last year, but which my mom
at what 7 and 9,
8 and 9, yeah, because now we have to have odd number games. I fucking hate odd numbers. Thanks NFL, dick.
8 and 9.
But yeah, just fuck.
What kind of record is that?
That's stupid. I know we were 9 and 8.
Yes.
That's a playoff team now.
That's so dumb.
It's so ridiculous. But yeah, like like the Ravens missed the playoffs last year, but like that, they'll be back.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
they've basically been good since they moved to Baltimore.
Yeah.
A couple, hiccups here and there.
Best run team in football, dude. I've said that shit for years, man. Like, they're the best, most consistently well-run team in football.
They only have, the 2 Super Bowl wins, but you also, they had to deal with Brady.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And Manning.
Right. So, I mean, even still, yeah, you get 2 Super Bowls in, like, they moved to Baltimore in 96. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had 1.
Yeah.
Fuck. A lot of teams have none. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not a Vikings fan anymore, but Big 0.
Yeah. Could be that. Could be the Lions, never have even been to one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know,
hope
man.
Cleveland never goes to one now.
Me
that
too.
Sucks, dude. Like,
I always
they were about
liked
to be
Cleveland.
my team.
I always liked the Browns, kinda. And now, you signed the gross guy.
Yeah.
Can't get behind you.
No.
Like the producer of the Levitard show is a lifelong Browns fan. And he basically was like, I'm done. Same thing that I was going to do if we signed Deshaun Watson. Like, not doing this shit.
Yeah.
So, which thankfully I don't have to do that, as we said. But I don't know, man. I always kind of mess with the Browns too. And now it's just like, I've got no patience for that shit. Sorry, not sorry. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Good gear be damned. I don't
Right.
care.
Right. So we'll see, man. I was just sitting there with envy the entire time, being surrounded by Ravens fans all weekend and just like them rubbing in my face how amazing their draft is. And I'm happy for them. Ravens fans, I'm happy for you. Good for you. But I'm like, if you're like unhappy relationship and you're around somebody that's in a good relationship and you're like, I want to know what that's like.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I want to live in your world.
Yeah.
Whatever that Little Mermaid song is.
I want to be happy too. And I can't be because my GM trades up for a Volkswagen. And the Ravens just hang out and just elite dudes fall to them. And Kyle Hamilton's going to be an all-pro now because, of course, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. This is the life I've chosen. So, yeah. Anything interesting happen over draft weekend for you, friend, before we GTFO?
We got the old hot tub up and running.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
potty time, dude.
Just saying.
Potty time.
If you ever want to come over, now.
Yes.
I don't know if we've talked about the hot tub yet. It's an inflatable one, so it's not huge. So we have to be we got to be cool with each other. To get in there
so
together.
Down. As long as people are cool with being next to like a roll of frozen croissants when you poke the thing and that's me.
But I mean, we got it a couple weeks ago, and we didn't set it up right.
Okay.
And so we ended up having to dump the water a couple days ago, and so we filled it back up Friday. We heated it up over the weekend. We put all the chemicals and stuff in Saturday.
Oh, dude, game on.
Ready to go.
Game on.
My wife got in last night. It was up at 104.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Hell yeah, dude. We're going shirtless in there, yeah?
Of course, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Shirtless crew now on the pod.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Why not?
Yeah, man.
Why not?
And,
who am I trying to kid? We're amongst friends.
Yeah, I mean, my backyard is pretty secluded, too. If somebody's really going out of their way to, peek into our hot tub,
you get what you get.
We put it in a place where you really have to be looking to look.
You got to put that effort in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put the effort in.
Yeah, that voyeuristic view, though.
You've earned it.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Hot tub sessions here to come. So, yeah, going forward, I guess, welcome to Ravens Pod. Fucking Christ.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm over Howie's shit. To that point, though, every now and then, life gets a little crazy sometimes. So what we're going to do here on the pod, Gear Freaks is still going to come at you every week. We're going to take a pause here from Grease Pole for about a month. The draft is in the books, so we will be back. I don't know. I think I did the math, which is, I don't know if I math properly because I usually don't.
Mm-hmm.
Memorial Day Monday, first weekend of June, something like that. That should be copaesthetic. I'm starting to really use that word a lot lately. You ever use a word once and you say it and you're like, that felt really good.
It just like embeds itself into your
Yeah,
brain.
dude.
Mhm.
Like there's certain words like acquiesce is one of my favorite words. I don't know why, but I just like saying that shit, even where it's not like contextually necessary.
It's a dictionary word.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's fun
I know
to
what this
fucking
word
say.
is.
Yeah, like here, I'll use it in a sentence. I'm about to acquiesce my fandom to the Ravens. Or wait, would I acquiesce my Eagles fandom?
yes, acquiesce.
Yeah, maybe I use that wrong. Take back what I'm saying, but yeah, we'll let you know for sure. Follow the pod on IG, on the gram at Greasepole Podcast. We'll let you know there which one of those weekends and when we'll be back. Just give us a couple weeks. Sometimes life gets crazy. Shit's got to be in order or get gotten in order, and yeah, we'll be back. And peeps on the other side, all that good stuff. Yeah, and I'm gonna just deliberate my fandom for the next month or so. That's what I'm going to spend all of my time doing. So yeah, we will see you then. Stay tuned. Stay locked into the pod on IG, and we will be back. Subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff is what we're supposed to tell you to do on these things. So until we get in front of a live mic on this platform again, yeah, happy Memorial Day. Be safe. All that fun shit. We'll see you then. As always, and this can go for both teams. Go Birds. Yo, how'd Barkley put it? Looking like another grease pole night in Philly. Facts.
Birds.
Go Birds!
That would be great.